your eyes peeled.
Tonight on Bands Reunited.
Hi, Mark.
Hold on a sec. Can I wear it? Yeah.
Frankie goes to Hollywood. Their music shocked the world with its in-your-face sexuality. In a matter of months, they went from rehearsing in an abandoned Liverpool prison to becoming an international sensation. But the four-year party ended abruptly in 1987 with a backstage punch-up between bassist Mark O'Toole and lead singer Holly Johnson.
I think Mark kicked him up the arse.
I mean, that was the Spinal Tap moment, really.
This is Bands Reunited. We're in London.
Now, VH1 is tackling the nearly impossible task of bringing them back together.
If anybody asks, we're a German travel show.
Well, I suppose I could compare it to going to the dentist.
I always think once a moment is over, it's over.
Would you be happy to participate?
No.
Frankie Goes to Hollywood became a household name when the sexually charged song Relax became a worldwide hit. The song's immediate success thrust the band's openly gay frontman into the international spotlight. Lead singer Holly Johnson, along with dancer, singer Paul Rutherford, performed with erotic abandon at a time when sex was a four-letter word.
It's about sexual freedom for, like, everybody.
Relax became one of the biggest selling singles ever in England, dethroning champion chart toppers the Beatles from the #1 spot. Because of its controversial lyrics and racy music video, BBC Radio banned the song from the airwaves. Naturally, this only increased record sales. But the hits could not mend the widening rift between Holly Johnson and the rest of the band. Specifically, bassist Mark O'Toole, drummer Peter Gill, and guitarist Brian Nash. Sick of the party scene and sick of sharing the spotlight, Holly desperately wanted a solo career.
I was the party pooper, really.
Mounting tensions came to a head in 1987 when Holly's relationship with the band disintegrated after a backstage scuffle at London's famed Wembley Stadium. The five members have not been together in the same room in nearly 2 decades. Will we be able to get these stubborn ex-Frankies to let bygones be bygones and give their fans what they deserve?
The journey begins right now.
We discovered that Mark O'Toole is a family man and still playing music in Florida, so we packed our cameras for the cross-country trip.
Honor, check out the car.
Oh. Excuse me. Hi. Do you live here? My name's Amir. I'm from VH1. I was looking for Mark O'Toole. Hi. Sorry to. Oh, I'm so sorry, baby. Oh, I didn't notice. I'm sorry.
Why are you looking for Mark O'Toole?
Oh, I'm from VH1. I want to talk to him about the band he was in once upon a time. Frankie Goes to Hollywood.
I don't know if he wants to be surprised.
Oh, he doesn't?
I don't know. I should ask him first.
Well, okay. I'm sorry for the big approach.
Okay.
America.
Hi, Mark.
Hi.
My name's Amir from VH1.
Hi.
How are you? I know it's raining. You got to get Cairo out of the car. Can we just talk to you for a real quick 1 second right in here?
Hold on a sec. Can I wear it? Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
No, we're off the cameras, please.
Oh, okay.
Please.
Please. Just 1 second.
What's going on?
Oh, I just wanted to talk to you about this thing that we're doing at VH1. But, I mean, I didn't count it on raining and being this all dramatic like this, but I just wanted to ask you something.
I'm not really interested.
Oh, really? Oh, what we're doing is we're doing a show on bands from the 80s. And obviously, you were in one of one of, if not the biggest band from the 80s. So the whole reason for us showing up like this is part of the surprise in terms
I'm not
of...
interested, sorry.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. This just in. Not interesting.
Well, after that, we left many messages for Mark. We sent him flowers and we sent him beer. He finally agreed to meet with us for a sit-down interview at our hotel.
I'm an optimist at the worst of times, but when I met you today, I wasn't sure we'd be sitting opposite each other. Give me an idea of why you were reluctant to talk to us when we came up to the house.
Well, my wife comes around the side of the house and goes, the baby's still in the car? And I'm like, why is the baby still in the car? So I walk down the side of the house and then there's like a whole film crew there, you know? It was funny though, looking back.
You're like, yeah. I didn't realize it would be so soon that we'd be looking back and laughing at it. What was the thing that established you guys first? Was it the videos or the single, Relax? Which?
It was the single, Relax. It got to like number 6 in the charts in Britain, then it got banned by some radio guy there, you know?
Right.
And everyone says, oh, it went to the top because it got banned, but that's not true. It was really selling well before that, you know? That just really gave it a kick.
Initially, were you like, oh, damn, we're banned, we're not going to go anywhere with this? Or were you like, you know what, this is going to be
No,
good
that was
publicity.
pretty much where we wanted to be, you know?
Yeah.
We liked being in that position. We didn't want to be, you know, Wham or, you know, Duran Duran or... The songs are just a little deeper, you know? I don't know. A lot of them are besides Relax, of course.
I was going to say, I love in the liner notes where you said, you know, you used to tell people it's about motivation, but it's really about shagging.
Well, yeah, you know?
I remember vividly when you would arrive to the city that you were going to be playing in, it wasn't like you just came in the middle of the night and that was it. There was an impact. I mean, you would arrive in some cases by tank, right? You'd roll up.
I think the record company in LA made us ride down the road in a tank. They forgot to tell us that they forgot to take the microphone out of the tank, so we were going down Sunset Boulevard, you know, cursing at everybody, you know.
Hello, have you got a tight box? Oh yeah, got a tight box.
It was sort of funny, but it was embarrassing at the same time, you know.
Can you hear this? Oh, great.
Your cousin, Brian, describes the whole experience as he went to a party in 1983 and didn't come home till 1987.
There was a lot of business stuff in between all that that was just soured the whole experience, you know?
Really?
Yeah, a lot of arguments with the record company, and sometimes they just basically want to force you to do something, you know?
Right.
I remember them trying to make us do, like, TV shows, that, you know, that the host was a puppet and stuff, you know? And they're going, oh, you two did it last week, and I'm like, I don't give a whether you two did it or not. The host is a rat, you know what I mean?
Will you welcome our special guest, the fabulous, brilliant Frankie Goes to Hollywood?
When the band, you say the band split up, was it sort of an official thing? How did that happen?
No, the last tour we done in 1987, it was just so obvious that there was nothing going to be going on after this tour, you know?
Really?
Like, Holly had a separate dressing room with a separate security guy, you know, because he was afraid of the band, he said.
Wow.
You know, I don't know.
How did you interact on stage then if it was so fragmented?
Well, you just do your job, you know? It's not like I have to go over and hug him or anything, you know what I mean?
Sometimes a singer does that, comes over and puts the arm around the bass
Well, no,
player
when we were
sing-
playing on the last tour, he didn't.
No. When was the last time you guys were together, though, in the same room?
Most probably the very last day, the last tour we done. You know, on stage, most probably, to be honest with you.
Wow. We're trying to get you guys in the same room to hang out and reminisce and talk about the old days. And this is the question I wanted to ask you earlier before the rain started was, would you be up for that if we were to facilitate a reunion with the other four guys?
Just sitting around hanging on a couch?
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. I wouldn't be averse to that.
If there were instruments in the room and you guys got to talking, maybe drinking a little bit, would you be adverse to maybe playing a few songs?
I don't know about that. You better ask the other guys.
Okay, okay.
I don't want to be the guy sitting there going, yeah, I'll do it, and the thought of the others going, no way, that okay, you know? Couldn't stand him anyway, you know what I mean?
The one thing that we like to do is get people who are on board for at least the reunion part to sign. If you sign your name, that shows, okay, you're on board, and then I can carry on with my mission, to get the other guys going,
You're
too.
sneaky, man. You're sneaky.
Just a nice little autograph. Mark O'Toole is in, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, that's awesome. So you're looking forward to it?
Well, I wouldn't go that far.
Bassist Mark O'Toole was a tough one to convince, but he's in. Our mission to reunite Frankie Goes to Hollywood continues. Bassist Mark O'Toole told us where we could find his cousin, guitarist Brian Nash, in jolly old England. We're just outside of London, about to ambush Brian, who owns a recording studio just around the corner.
Nice afternoon in London, and we've sent one of our producers to pretend as if she wants to rent some studio space. When she gets in the door, we follow suit. And remember, if anybody asks, we're a German travel show. Keep your eyes peeled. Maybe around. You may be around. Brian Nash, my name's Amir. I'm from VH1. I have come a long way to see you, my friend. How are you? Nice to meet you, sir. I am with the show who's been given the responsibility to find all the members of a band you were once in called Frankie Goes to Hollywood. Find them, see how they're doing, update their story, and then invite them to a reunion that we're putting together of your old Frankie bandmates. And I was wondering if you'd be interested in participating in such a reunion.
Oh, God. I don't know. You can't really put that one on me, like, straight away. Like.
Really? Okay, well, how about we do this? Why don't we just have a chat?
Do you want to chat out here, or do you want to sit down?
Well, we can sit down.
Friends with you?
Yeah.
I don't know if I got that many coffee cups.
You were somewhat taken aback when we showed up.
Yeah.
To say the least. Thank you for taking time.
That's cool.
When you joined, in terms of the writing process, how did that happen then?
Before we were signed, it used to be like everyone would be in the room. But then after we got signed, it was kind of like me, Mark and Pez would write the music and Holly would do the lyrics. It was kind of two very defined camps. Never the twain shall meet.
I love the quote of, you went to a party in '83 and didn't get home until 1987.
I went around the world and it didn't cost me a penny. It didn't even cost me my sanity.
What was that last tour like? Did you realize that it was the final bow?
Well, we didn't until the gig at Wembley, and then we realised that that's it. And the fact that, you know, relations soured during that last tour, bit of a reality check.
What do you think was the dividing?
I could tell you, it's pathetic. When we did the last tour, one of the gigs, the London gigs, was sponsored by Capital Radio. And the second night, it's about 15 minutes before we'll go on stage and in the dressing room. And I said to the manager, when Capital Radio supposed to be recording one of these shows? And he said, yeah, they did it last night. But I didn't want to tell you. Holly just lost it. How dare you, you know, you're out of order. And then Mark started having a go at him for having a go at the manager, and it all got a little bit heated. And I think Mark kicked him up the arse. And this was happening as the intro tape was playing. The house lights went down, and it's all going off. But that was it. And then I think Holly felt physically threatened by Mark and said, you know, I don't want him within 50 yards of me backstage and all. And that was it.
Was it difficult communicating with each other?
After the gig at Wembley, we didn't see him. We'd see him 2 minutes before we went on, and everybody was very professional and just did their job.
All right, so let me put my question to you again. If I could put this reunion together, get all of you in the same room, would you be happy to participate?
No. Because Frankie Goes to Hollywood was 5 mad people, and there was a chemistry amongst them, and it's not the same thing. However you dress it up, I don't you know, getting in a room and speaking with these people is, in my opinion, a million miles away from performing in front of other people.
Okay. Well, can we take that step then? Have you in the room? You agree to that? I'll show you what we'd like you to sign. What about F? Perfect. Just that. What about Ted? Is he still in the UK?
Yes, he's in the UK. I know where he is as well.
I thank you for your time.
No, it's nice to see you.
Very nice meeting you, Nash.
Mate, let me know you're coming next time. I'll get some cakes.
Okay.
Well, we convinced guitarist Brian Nash to reunite, but can we locate and convince the other 3 members of Frankie Goes to Hollywood? Our next ambush is drummer Peter Ped Gill. Our producers have been staking out Ped's house for hours.
Who's inside? Do we know?
We have Ped, his wife, 2 kids. I believe only one of them says, and a yappy dog. Terrier or something.
Vicious.
We just got word that Peter Gill has come home. We have this fake envelope that I'm delivering, and I'm going to have him come out and sign for it. Now, here's the challenge. Since we're in London, I have to fake an English accent.
I have a package for Peter Gill. I have a package for Peter Gill. I have a package for Peter Gill.
We're going this way. Hello. I have a package for Peter Gill.
Peter, what's the camera for?
Oh, cool.
Peter Gill? Hi, my name's Amir. I'm from VH1. I have been given the assignment of finding members of bands, and of course you were a member of Frankie Goes to Hollywood once upon a time.
I was, yeah.
Yes, sir. So, basically what we'd like to do is invite you to come and hang out with your old bandmates. Would you like to come to our...
Now?
No, not now. Now would be a good time. No, in the near future, though. But
Yeah.
You would?
Yep.
All right, he's in. To seal the deal, sir, I do need your autograph. Just above your head.
This is Mark, isn't it?
That's Mark, yeah.
So you've been to Florida, huh?
Yes, we have. Yay! Thank you very much, sir. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Now, we'd also like to chat with you if we may.
Maybe down the park or something.
Sure.
Yeah.
You get to chat then?
That'd be easy, yeah.
Wonderful. Ped Gill is now a website designer for a UK-based internet company.
When you started playing drums, did you expect to be in a band, and let alone a band that would get as big as the one yours
I
did?
expected to be in a band, but I didn't expect to be in a band that was quite that successful that quick.
The success of Welcome to the Pleasure Dome must have just overwhelmed you.
Well, at the time, we didn't stop to think.
Joining us from their sellout tour, the highest new entry this week in the charts. Welcome, Frankie Goes to Hollywood. To the pleasure.
It was just ongoing and ongoing, and then once it finished, a year after that was like, whoa, look what just happened to us. But then all this silly stuff happened.
When it sort of all wound down at the end, what did you wind up doing?
I sort of got bored with the whole thing because it was, I don't know, it just left a little bit of a bad taste in my mouth. I did try and carry on, nothing happened, and I sort of thought, I'm going to move on, I'm going to do something else.
Have you played drums lately? Have you still kept with it?
Definitely not.
How long has it been?
Years.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's like riding a bike, isn't it? When was the last time the 5 of you were in a room together?
1987, maybe, something.
That's what we want to do. We'd like you to play.
I can't, well, you might get us to play, but I can't see you getting Holly to do anything.
Oh, leave that to me. Here's our plan. We'll put you in the same room. We'll have instruments there. If you're up for it, you sort of practice, work out some songs.
Yeah.
Phase 2 of the plan is the next day, putting you in front of your fans for a big one-night-only gig.
Well, it sounds nice, but... Yeah, well, yeah, I wouldn't spoil the party.
You will not spoil the party, and that's on tape. All right. Well, I look forward to that. Thank you so much for spending some time with us.
Heads on board, we have Mark O'Toole, and we think Brian Nash is in. Our mission to reunite Frankie Goes to Hollywood almost came to a screeching halt when we couldn't find singer Paul Rutherford. Just 2 days before the reunion, we tracked him down in Queenstown, New Zealand. We let him in on the surprise, and he hopped on the next plane to London.
Thank you so much for making the trip. Tell us about the odyssey you've been on to be here with us this evening.
Oh, well, I've just flown for 26 hours in the air from rural New Zealand.
Wow.
Left all the sheep behind and the mountains. And, yeah, via kind of Sydney, Singapore, and then Londinium.
It sounds like not much has changed with you. People who we've met and asked about you describe you as a free spirit. I mean, even though you came from a very stable and solid family background, but it almost seemed like Liverpool could barely contain you. You were a design school student to start.
I left school. I had a bit of a problem growing up because I was gay, kind of, and I knew it. You know, I mean, I was never in, kind of thing. So, and in Liverpool then, kind of in the 70s, it was pretty tough doing that kind of, so I took it quite hard. Plus, I was a bit like Holly. We both used to really dress up and things, and so we used to take it on the chin.
Is it as vivid a memory as it is for some, that moment backstage at Wembley Stadium when it all just kind of crumbled and fell apart?
Well, that was the Spinal Tap moment, really, because the big argument going on, just as the intro's being played, and Mark and Holly were having this big fisticuffs, and it was like, going on, I'm not going on. So, well, do you know what I am? I'm going on stage. I've had enough, you know what I mean? Very strange gig. You're kind of all trying to be nice to each other, flying past each other, like, yeah. It was insane.
What moments kept the band together in terms of, you know, what kept you guys loose, what kept you guys happy?
I think the gigs, actually, the gigs were so exciting. We were absolutely fantastic on live. We were the boss, and the energy that we could create, I'd quite like to feel that feeling again. That was better than the horse tranquilizers.
How would you describe your fans when you're performing?
They were as insane as us, a lot, I think. We used to get sent really odd things. Me and Holly, they sent plastic bags through the post, these girls from Scotland, and asked us to do the business and send them it back. Because they wanted us to relax, don't do it when you want to come, kind of thing.
Did you oblige them?
No. Save that for the fellas, don't be silly.
What advice might you give me to make this performance happen?
Let them think it was their idea in the first place. I just think it's a great idea. I think it's dead funny. You know what I mean?
So I'm kind of...
I just dance, don't I? I don't have to do anything. I just have to go all Twilight Thorpe on myself for half an hour.
Thank you, mate.
Well, we got Paul, and that makes 4 down with 1 to go. But if we don't get Holly, this whole thing could fall apart just like that. We finally tracked down the elusive lead singer Holly Johnson, who rarely gives interviews. After weeks of phone calls and resistance, he reluctantly agreed to sit down with us at his art studio.
He thinks we're coming to just chat about the old days with Frankie. We'll do that, but we'll also ask the magic question. Will you reunite with your old bandmates?
Holly was kind of the serious one, although he isn't too serious.
I don't think he's probably the same person as he was then.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Well, Holly, first of all, thank you very much for inviting us into your home. And I know that you don't do that many television interviews, so it's that much of an honor for VH1 to be here. Thank you.
No problem.
Let me ask you about what you're doing today, surrounded by some great artwork.
I've been painting for a long time, actually, even before Frankie Goes to Hollywood. I live quite a normal, regular life. I take Funky the dog for a walk.
Lightning in a bottle, the Frankie Goes to Hollywood story. Is it fair to say that in some regards you weren't being taken as seriously as you could have or should have?
Oh, absolutely. We weren't, especially here in the UK, we weren't being taken seriously at all, not on a critical level. You know, the public loved the band and loved all the aspects of, you know, the marketing, etc. And, you know, they'd stay up late to watch the video because it could only be shown after 12 o'clock. And, you know, there were exciting aspects of that whole phenomenon.
On the one hand, as you said earlier, you are being sort of manipulated, so to speak, by the record company, put out, you know, do 4 covers.
It wasn't a case of us allowing it to happen. We were contractually obliged to do it.
What was the nature of that contract?
Eventually, after I got so tired of you know, living up to this contract, it was eventually judged as an unfair recording agreement. And I was the first artist to break a recording agreement in the Supreme Court in England.
How did it affect the personalities in the band when the success started to sort of happen for you?
Well, it was difficult. There was a lot of relationship problems within the group. I was 24 years old by that time. The other members of the band were, you know, 4 or 5 years younger. And as the lead singer, if I didn't go to bed after the show, if I went out with the rest of the band, I wouldn't be able to sing the next day. I was the party pooper, really.
Have you ever talked or thought about getting together with them and hanging out?
No.
Really?
No.
It hasn't come up?
Well, it hasn't really come up. Yeah, I don't rule it out ever happening. You know, I don't think you can never say never again.
Right.
There aren't any plans in the near future for that to occur.
What if we, as VH1, facilitated a get-together with your old bandmates?
Well, we'd have to think about that.
Okay. Because that's
I'll get back to you on that one.
Because that's what we'd like to do. If we can, God willing, put everybody back in the same room to hang out, as I mentioned, and look back together. Because that... What's so funny?
I just can't see that happening.
Really?
Well, you know, I just can't see it happening.
Oh.
Excuse me for laughing, but...
That's okay.
I just find that highly amusing.
Oh.
But, you know, you never know.
Okay.
You can put that wish out there and maybe one day...
If you're saying perhaps, would you be okay to putting a question mark? You can sign and then put a question mark too. Is that you right there? Yeah.
Well, thank you.
Thank you, Holly.
Holly is heading to the Frankie reunion. Perhaps. It's 20 years to the day since the release of Frankie Goes to Hollywood's hit song, Relax. And 4 of the 5 band members have agreed to get together again, but not necessarily perform. And Holly hasn't confirmed whether he'll show up or not. Regardless, we're prepared with instruments upstairs in case they agree.
Well, look who's here.
Hey, man, how you doing, man?
I'm fine. How are you, mate? Good to see you. Good to see you. As you're getting ready to go in, how do you feel?
Pretty apprehensive, you know, seeing the other guys.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it, though.
Yeah.
The idea of playing together, I kind of like to do it, you know. I mean, I don't think we'll ever get the chance again, because I don't think we'll ever get everyone together, you know. I mean, if all the guys want to do it, I'd be looking forward to it, you know. I can still play and stuff, so.
Ah, yes, Peter Head Gill. How are you, sir? What have you been thinking about leading up to this day?
Well, I suppose I could compare it to going to the dentist. Not sure there's going to be painful or an easy experience, so... What have I been thinking about since last week, since you surprised me, was basically walking into a room with the other 4 guys and what it's going to be like, basically.
It's the weirdest feeling. You fell out the door, mate.
Seen you for a while. You all right, yeah?
The beard now, You're looking good. Well, what's changed?
How you been? Very well.
Very well.
Just looking forward to seeing your old mates.
No, you lot are making me nervous.
Okay.
The last time we were all in the room together, probably the dressing room at Wembley. I suppose it's quite unique to have everyone together. And I suppose with 2 of the other members being scattered to different parts of the world. Is this the antechamber? Afternoon, gents. Is it afternoon, yeah?
It is now, yeah.
How you doing, mate?
True, there's a poon.
All right.
Oh, come on, do this groove. So where's the other 2?
Paul Rutherford. How are you, sir?
I'm fine, sir.
Oh, it's good to see you. How are you feeling? What are your thoughts?
The tension's definitely mounting. I'm feeling a little bit more today.
All right, I'll see you inside.
Yeah, see you
Good
in a bit.
singing. All right.
I suppose the best feeling could be the fact that we could actually get the chance to perform again, just to kind of feel what that was like, because it was pretty darn exciting than we used to. So kind of nice to capture that. Maybe just being in the room together. dear me. Oh, wow. Hello, fella.
What's going on, mate?
Yeah.
Good to see you.
Yeah, great
You look great, man.
This is you. All right, fella. How are you?
Sound as a pound.
Yeah.
You all right?
Come a long way.
I want to feel like I felt before.
Long flight, man.
Yeah, it was 31 hours.
The last place I think you'd be living, mate.
Yeah, Queenstown, yeah. Yeah.
Cool.
In the mountains, yeah.
So did they come and get you in New Zealand?
They managed to find us over the phone, yeah.
But he didn't
It was the deer farmer, actually. The deer farmer came over. This is the truth, with an email saying someone looking for you from MTV and
Oh, so he didn't
VH1.
come onto the house or
Well, I
whatever.
didn't believe it. I was like, I'm threw it in the bin, and then he rang the day after, and I was like, God, he was right. The deer farmer.
The deer farmer.
So where are you living? Where are you?
Just living in London still, yeah.
He's got 2 kids.
You've got 2 kids now?
Yeah.
That blew me away. You've got 1?
I got 1, he's 3, yeah.
Wow.
Did you ask me a question
I've
before?
got none.
He said to me...
Is Holly going to be passing up delays?
We haven't been in a room together since 1987. I'm looking forward to seeing them and seeing what they look like and how they've changed. Yeah, I am. Oh, my God. Hello.
It's all a bit bizarre, isn't it?
Yeah. Wacky, innit, mate?
So, how was life?
Not too bad.
Yeah,
Not too bad.
good.
We're still here, aren't we?
Yeah.
Thank you, first of all, for being here. You weren't really apprehensive about the reunion part. It's all of this that sort of had some of you going, what's going on, right?
I was always left with the feeling of that we were slightly exploited by everyone. And I just thought, oh, is this just going to be another situation where we get shafted?
Do you remember the last time before you went on stage when you didn't do the all hands in one? Because you used to do that, right? Before you went on stage, you used to put your hands in.
I think the Wembley gigs started to get a bit like that, didn't it? But we started to not be friends, so it was like kind of, what the hell's going on, you know what I mean? It became a real bind. It was a pain in the ass, actually, wasn't it, for a while, but...
But there was a great moment at Wembley when Mark tried to beat me up.
What?
And after that, we played the best gig, I think, of the whole tour. I think it was the second night in Wembley.
I'm sorry.
No, don't worry about it.
I cringed a little bit when Holly told that story about me trying to beat him up, you know?
The Capital Radio had recorded the night before, and the manager hadn't told me, and I just hit the roof, and there was a bit of a scuffle.
I was a kid, you know what I mean? I was being stupid. And so was he.
Even though we weren't getting on, we still managed to do it and make kind of 11,000 people jump, you know what I mean? Which was kind of pretty amazing.
There is that other aspect of this program that we wanted to bring up again, and that is the performance aspect. Who is in favor of performing, who isn't, and why either way?
I'm in favour of performing, but I haven't performed for 6 years.
Mark?
I wouldn't see a problem doing it. I think it would be easily pulled off, as they say.
We're still talking about playing live, right?
Well, when you first asked me, I said no on it because I think the chances of it happening were very slim. Nostalgia, it ain't what it used to be.
I wouldn't mind getting my ballet shoes out again, you know what I mean, and my tutu, and giving it a little go. I'd love a chance.
I always think we were a good live band, but even when we were a good live band, we had 4 to 6 weeks rehearsals. You know, we have our reputation.
Sure.
And we didn't just want to get together in a room and perform like a scrappy band. If it ever happens again, we do it properly.
Relax,
want to provide you with the opportunity to see if you can recreate that magic. If you could just do one song for it. In this facility here, there's a tremendous rehearsal space.
In this dump. Amir, do you mind if we just don't give you an answer? Because we haven't seen each other, some of us, for, 17 years.
Right. We can't give an answer right now. We'd have to go away and have a talk about it.
Yeah, we think that's fair enough that we discuss it. Okay. And if we do it for ourselves. Right. I'm not a wedding singer.
No, not at all. Not at all. I'll leave you to it then, the 5 of you or the 6 of you.
Thank you.
Unless we seriously sit down and talk about this thing further, it might be a bit longer.
Yeah, well.
After a brief discussion, the band members decided they needed a little more time to think about it.
See you later, guys. Nice one. See you, man.
Thanks a lot.
Shotgun. Judging by their high spirits, we're They said it couldn't be done, but we've done the impossible. We've reunited Frankie Goes to Hollywood for the first time in 17 years, and the stage is set for the big show.
Ed, Paul, Mark, tell me what's the latest?
Well, as the Stones tune goes, you can't always get what you want, and
we can't. We didn't.
Yeah. Really?
We wanted to do it. Yeah,
so the 3 of you wanted to play?
Yeah, for sure.
And Nash.
And Nash wants to? Yeah. Has he said that to you? Has he?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. He told me he wanted to.
So to set the record straight, the 3 of you plus Nash are into playing. You were into the idea of playing, and Holly was the only person who didn't want to play.
Pretty much, yeah.
Pretty much so, yeah.
And did he say anything to you directly?
Well, he rang me up. Yeah.
Okay, what did he say?
I don't fancy it.
No? Once he says no?
Once he says no, you might as well forget it.
Okay.
I think it really stressed him out, the whole thing, to be honest with you. And it just came all on top of him,
He said to me that he hadn't really slept properly since this whole thing had started, and that either means it's one of 2 things that's really bugging him. Either he kind of is really excited by it, or he's really kind of mortified by it.
Right.
I think we're all as disappointed as everybody else.
I wish we could have made this happen. We could.
Well, you nearly did. You nearly did, and you got closer than anybody else.
Yeah.
I suppose.
And you never know what might happen in the future. So.
That's true too. All right. Well, gentlemen, thank you. Pat, it was lovely to meet you and have you guys in the same room. Thank
nice
you, Paul.
to meet you.
Mark, thank you.
I'm definitely feeling deflated about this kind of whole situation. I came all the way around the world. When you do those records, they're bloody good, you know what I mean?
So I was shocked that you got everybody together in the first place, just for the interview. But when everybody was together, I thought it was a no-brainer that everybody would be doing it, Especially after seeing Holly, and he just seemed like his old self, He was sharp and witty,
I think that Holly doesn't stop thinking about it, because I know that it's constantly it's like a flea in my ears, so it's definitely a flea in their ears, you know what I mean, all 5 of us. So it's never actually left us.
When I get on the plane, I'll be thinking it was really a lost opportunity, Because I doubt very much that we get this opportunity again, just to see each other as a whole, I may see all the other guys individually, but I really don't think I'll ever see Holly again, which is a real shame, because he's not such a bad guy, really.
Relax, don't do it. When you wanna come, when you wanna come, come.
I was looking for Mark O'Toole.
I have a package for Peter Gill.
Brian Nash. We're trying to get you guys.
The week is you'll always have the best week ever on VH1. A funny recap of the week's highlights and lowlights. The best week ever premieres tonight at 11:10 Central.
On a couch. Yeah, totally. I wouldn't be amused to that.
If there were instruments in the room, what's so funny?
It was insane.
No.
I don't give a whether you
Relax. I just need your autograph.
got a feeling the show has a different premise than you've been telling.